Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Mr. Realistic here for another episode of Bearish or Bullish. Before I get into all my videos, please know that I am not a financial advisor. I purely do this for entertainment purposes only. You should make sure to do your own due diligence, your DD, before you choose to do anything with a stock or anything with money. All right, everybody. So before I get into the craziness that is today, I just want to break something down to make sure that everybody understands this. I know a lot of my followers already do, but I also have a bunch of new followers that are coming in. All right. So I give you my perception of what a stock I believe is going to do based on what I see in the chart. Okay. So whatever the chart tells me, that's what I say out. All right. It might be green and bullish one day. Next day might be red and bearish. Okay. These are short-term indicators. Long-term, I can give you a guess. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. All right. So when I put out my opinion, all right, I'm going to tell you exactly how I see it. All right. If you want to hear something or follow somebody that's got a bunch of fluff and a bunch of, oh, this is always going green or this is going to the moon, just go into Twitter and search for anyone. Okay. I'm not anyone and I do not want to be just anyone. I want to literally change the OTC twin, whatever, the Twitter FinTwits, whatever the heck they're calling it nowadays, to where we have a solid group of investors that understand why stocks are pulling back, why that's a good thing. Okay. Not to get scared about that. All right. Understand that this is why it happens and why you should load and have conviction in your stock right now. Why you should not have a stock propped up. Okay. And I'll go over what that is because there's plenty of stocks on here that do that. What happens when a stock is propped up? Okay. When it's not doing something that it's naturally supposed to do because people are holding the stock in a position that benefits them. Okay. It doesn't benefit the stock, it benefits them. All right. I want you to think of me not as your friend or anything of that nature. All right. This is not why I got into this. This is not why I'm doing this. All right. Among other things of entertainment purposes, I want you to think of me as a parent. A good parent is not a best friend. Okay. You are not there to be your buddy. All right. A parent is there to make sure to help and guide you along while you learn from your mistakes. Okay. If you have an issue, you know you can always depend on that person and ask them something, okay? You know that that person is going to be dependable and they're going to give you an honest answer every time, okay? You know exactly what to expect and you know that you're going to get two types of responses. You're going to get a response that you need and not the one that you want, okay? That's what a good parent does, all right? So none of this fluff nonsense, none of this, all right, there's rainbows and sunshine all over the time. No, that's not how this is going. And if you don't like that, don't follow me, all right? That's exactly how I'm going to play it. And I'm not doing this to sound like a dick, excuse my French, but you know, some people need real truth right in their face, okay? And so that's what I'm getting to you right here, right now, all right? If you want to know why it's doing that and you want to feel more comfortable about knowing things, then I'm your person. That's who I am, all right? And that's who I will always be, and I will continue to do it. When I see people that say, don't spread FUD, you know, stop scaring investors, I'm not scaring anybody with my tweets. They see a stock fall and free fall, that's scary. All right. When somebody tells you it's coming, okay, and why it's coming, and what's most likely to happen afterwards based on what they see in the charts, I think that's pretty, helpful. All right. My goal here is to show you what I have learned, and then so that you can take it on your own and see if it works for you, okay? Just using charts, all right? What I see, I want you to see the same way because, heck, my run of just recent, as I've just started to really, really grow into here, has been pretty darn good, all right? I mean, not to toot my own horn, but toot, all right? And I'm going to keep doing that because I'm telling you all exactly what's coming. All right. So without further ado, sorry about that rant, had to go on. People got to understand though, all right, this is not sunshines and rainbows. You're not getting 100 percenters, 1,000 percenters every day. You've got to wait, hold for conviction, and understand that a stock cannot just go up. If it goes just up, it's coming straight down. All right, let's get into PUGE today, and let's talk about what happened in this stock. All right, super pumped the news with the AK. AK is fantastic news. It's not bad news. It's fantastic. If you are on Twitter, which you obviously are because you're looking at this, you know the perception that this has gotten. Okay, let's go to the daily. All right, so we can see the highs and lows for today. Okay, so as we look at this stock, all right, it hit a high. We highlight it. Remember, it's up here at the top right here. All right, so it opened at 150. 150, as I said yesterday, resistance. There's a reason that it opened up at 150, okay? We were having hard resistance there, and that's a hard level to break, especially with an RSI, relative strength index, something like this that's been in this area for, a month. We're pushing a month here tomorrow, okay? So it's not a shocker, all right? Everything correlates some way, somehow. September 20th, October 20th. It's a long time to be in the overbought area. If you've never watched any of my videos, this thing right here tells us the strength of a stock, all right? If you are in this area, that's good. If you're below it, it's 30% below, and this is on the daily, by the way, so all these candles are by the day. So this is the only one you really need to look at. By the day, if we look down here, this means it's oversold, okay? So that's one indication of a good buy, all right? Doesn't mean to buy. It's an indication that it could be a good time to buy and accumulate, okay? Then you have above the 70% threshold right here. Anything above 70% is considered overbought, okay? It means a stock is running hot, and the fact that this has been in here for a month should be a red flag to everybody, okay? And I've said this all the way back. Let's see, because I was in it 2.9 right here, all right? I bought in right here, all right, before it went, and then it went up, and it was going, and I was telling you all, I said, man, look at this thing. It is running too hot. It is going to get too hot, all right? And what did it do? It ran to 86. It was awful, all right? So it's just running hot for too long. So if we look back to here, all right, the open 150 resistance, okay, because it's running too hot. People aren't seeing how this is going to go much further without a pullback. All right, as you can see, if you were looking at level 2, you could see all the people selling at that level. Okay, it couldn't keep above that level and hold it. So open to there, got a high at the open of 170. All right, people took profit because it's a no-brainer. Okay, especially with a hot stock like that. They're usually round numbers too, by the way. The low hit 143. Okay, so it had support not to break that threshold below, and then it closed at 146. Looking at level 2, and if you don't know what level 2 is, it's just an indication of who's offering what at what price and who's buying what at said price, okay? Support means that people are bidding a lot of shares at a certain price. Today we had 4.5 million shares in the middle of the day, closer towards the end of the day. 4.5 million shares sitting at, it was either 146 or 145, okay? And if you watch that, it moved, I think it moved up just a hair, and people were selling into it, okay? And they got rid of it within minutes. All right, that's a huge indication. NBRI, that was a huge indicator. All right, if people are selling into the bids with such high volume, that's a lot for this stock. It's showing that people are wary of the strength of this stock, and it needs to cool down and it needs to collect itself. Okay, say you're going on training for a marathon. Okay, all right, you don't train for 26.1 miles right off the bat. okay? Maybe it's 2. Anyways, you don't train for the whole one. You break it down in sections. And that's what we're doing with this stock right here. We're starting with the 5K, all right? This is a 5K right here, all right? We're exhausted, all right? Our body's not in shape yet for this. We started from nothing, and a 5K is pretty big from starting from nothing, all right? Usually when you started something, you should start walking or speed walking, or power walking as they call it, or whatnot, and build up your strength and everything. We kind of went full blazed, and we were just like, hey, we're just gonna go on a run, and we're just gonna continue to run, and oh man, we're done. Like we are out of it. We had these low breaks in the hair, but we're just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not ready. I need to cool down. I need my body to rest and get back. That's what it's getting at right now. All right. So what's going to happen is we're going to find out, and we're going to probably test at least 118s here. All right. Oh, excuse me. Let's go down a little bit more here. We're going to, yeah, 118. So we're probably going to test 118 for a pullback. That should not come as a surprise. All right. Since this is basically the next candle below. All right. We could test the 9.6. Not a big deal. If it does, super strong stock. Bigger the pullback, the larger the run for such strong stocks. All right, so let's go back here. This is what I'm talking about with propping up your stock. Okay, so as I've discussed, an 8 on top, the green line over the 21 is a bullish short-term indicator. This is the hourly chart right here. As this chart's going up, you'll see that it just touches it and comes back up, touches it, comes back up, touches it, comes back up, barely dips, comes up, all right? We didn't even get a full dip until, oh, what do you know, 145, right around that 1.5 level. And then it came back and was consolidated and going slight downtrend, all right, and then bounced up, and we're like, all right, let's see. No, it's hitting a wall again. It's exhausting. All right, this thing is exhausted right now because these people right here, there are people out there, and they've already admitted to it, and it's not, I mean, no shocker. I mean, these people are in at this level, and they just want to get this run because, heck, if I'm in it at 18 right here, or let's say I even get in, let's make this just easy to remember by. Let's say I get in 0015, and it runs to 1.5. Okay, lots of money right there just in that run. They don't care. They don't care. So all they're doing is riding this, riding this, riding this, riding this. All right. And then when it gets here, oh, see you. And I'm going to take my profits, a large chunk of them. They have tens of millions of shares at that level. And it's going to come back down. They don't care. All right. They'll let it go. Maybe they'll buy back in for the next run because they know it's a strong stock. Maybe they just ride the rest for free and take the extras to over. All right. They just made a ton of money. All right, because they didn't let it fall down. If it went here, it could have fell a little bit before making the next one. All right, they wanted this nice, perfect chart, and guess what? It's screwing the long-term chart over because of this. Okay, so this is staying hot for a month because of that. If those pullbacks, all right, these guys right here would have just had the little cool downs, they would have went from here, they would have went here, they would have went here, they would have went here, 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 here. They would have been majority in here. So guess what? 8K, when this right here at 78% would have been more like a 60, 50 area. Ooh, that's 2 cents right there easily. We could still get to here in the same time frame, or maybe even a couple more days, all right, with slight pullbacks. Because you know what's going to happen? All right, you see a strong stock like this, it dips here, comes back here, and goes, oh man, this chart's looking good. It's just pulling back, getting a little consolidation right here, going sideways. I'll buy here and then ride the bump, and it does the same thing. And then the next person's like, oh man, this is catching waves, and they're doing it, and they're buying at those levels. And then you get these spikes and come back in, and then they're consolidating and come back in. All right, that's how a chart's supposed to go. All right, so let me get a thing here. All right, so what you want to see is a stock doing this, going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and this line, all right, this 8MA is just running up and through here. Okay, so it's just riding the 8MA up. That's it. They're not letting it do that. They're letting it stay above it the whole time, which means it's going to be running super hot, overbought, because they have to continually buy shares to keep it up and above there. That's what's happening right now. So what we're going to look for tomorrow is this is going to come down, because right here, oh, I got to turn off this pen. If we go to the daily, all right, right here, if you Google candlesticks, and you can, these are what these are. If you Google candlesticks and bullish or bearish candlesticks, they have all these funky names like shooting star and inverted hammer, all these things, and they'll tell you exactly what they do. Okay, and they are indicators of a bullish or bearish pattern. This is a bearish one right here. And what we will see is probably people trying to buy. We're at the 150 level, and we'll probably retrace right here. I'm going to be completely honest, as I have always been completely honest, is I am planning to sell a portion of my shares, not all of them, just probably like 30%, because this is so hot. I want to get more shares in this, and I know that it's been running too long and it should have happened earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell, 30% up. It's probably going to try and push that 1.5 level tomorrow, and I'm going to sell it, keep my rest of my shares, and as it comes back down, I'm going to take that 30% after it consolidates and put it back in and get more shares. I think this is a great stock, but it needs to cool down. All right. And why not be rewarded for that as well? All right. So that is how a normal chart is supposed to work. All right. Let's take a look, and this is why I have LEAS right after us, at LEAS. All right. Let's look at the daily. LEAS, okay, was running hot from, let's say, the 23rd to the 14th of October. Okay, look at this chart. Very good chart. Up, down, up, down, up. All right, that's how it's supposed to be. Let's look at the 8 MA. All right, notice up, propped, up, semi. They're not letting it drop much. Up, propped. But guess what? The prop finally gave out, because let's check out the level. Oh, 1-8, shocker. All right. What level couldn't they break? They couldn't break the 186 level up here. All right. This is probably a lower float stock. I'd have to look over it. And broke below. Bearish. All right. Support line, 118. Woo, crazy. Very similar to PUGE. Now, let's look at this on the daily side of things. Everything is still bullish as all get out. Look at the bounce right here off this day, off of the 118. Duh, people are going to buy right there. All right, that's no brainer. And guess what? Look what happened to the RSI. We were sitting here for a month. We got all the way up to 90, and now we're over here sitting at 78%. Okay, 77.5, 78%. All right, and then we took a drop, and to cool off, to just take a nice little dip. All right, and then as we take a nice little dip, we get 57, 58%. We are able to accumulate more here. We're also able to get new investors in here because they feel this is a bargain opportunity, which it is, that missed the run. All right, and that increases our volume and increases our value, because now that this is cooled, we have the potential to create a new run, and this now creates a new lower high, and with new all-time highs coming, so higher highs. Previously, our high was up here. Okay, so as soon as this crosses over, this be the other high. All right, and now we have a new low, and it's higher. So instead of worrying about this as support at 55, now we're going to have this right here, and then it's going to probably come up and go here. All right, so we'll have a new higher low at like 150 range, and then it's going to continue to go once it breaks out. Okay, so you're creating a stable chart that as the higher it gets, if it finds any resistance, it won't fall down to zero. That is what you want. So looking over the chart, bullish pattern, that is why it's coming up. What we are looking for in this chart of LEAS is it to finally see if it has enough of that strength to break that one, looks like 185, yeah, let's say like 185 level right here. If it holds above this 185 level, let's get a horizontal line in here, okay? All right, if we can hold above that dotted line, said dotted line, it breaks this and then it comes back down, that means it's rejected. That is not a good thing. All right. Doesn't mean that it will go back down all the way. It might just come down a little bit before it goes up again and needs to cool off some more. A third time, no bueno if it gets rejected. That's a triple top. All right. So what we want for this to happen is, in my opinion, this to come up, and before it touches that level, get a nice little pullback again, continue that RSI. So the next push, all right, blow past this, creating a new all-time high, all right, higher highs, which will then come down, and this will most likely become our new support level. It's a little better than 118, isn't it? That is what we're looking for, and that's why pullbacks are important, okay? Because right now, if it fell below this, okay, it's going down to the next level, and it's going to continue to drop to the next level, next, until it finds support. All right? Once this breaks here and goes up, comes down and holds this level and consolidates, just holds this level and bounces off and continues an uptrend, your new highest low will be of 184. It's a lot better. Okay, that's why pullbacks are important. Builds a strong stock. That's why it's important, and I want you to remember that, and I'm going to say it a million times over and over again during this video. Okay? Don't tell me that pullbacks, a stock coming back is a bad thing. It's not FUD. All right? It's not meant to scare you. That is why it happens. Okay? And it creates a better stock, especially for these good ones that are here. CYBL, let's get into it. Daily, all right? CYBL, as I said before, should have continued to drop, okay? Hit 2.7s right here, should have had a little bounce and then continue to drop. This green candle was provided by a tweet, should not have happened. Now, if you take this green candle out of the equation and you have this down here, all right, and you take this green candle and keep it right about here and then continue this trend down, okay, and then it consolidates right here. Let's say the IR deck is released after this consolidates right here, November 1st. IR deck is revealed and or some other acquisition or some type of news. This now has the RSI, and not only that, the new investors and everybody's eyes on it because it's such at a quote unquote bargain level that you get the push that you need and you start building this super chart, and then you create these new high lows, okay, and high highs, and then you're making it to double digits. Instead, now this is what's happened to CYBL. CYBL is going up, down, up, and now you have a bearish cross coming in here. If this bearish cross comes in, this will continue to go down. All right, RSA is fine, it's good, but the problem is, all right, is this just needs, nobody's seeing value here at the current moment because of this right here. This screwed it up. There's no value here. People are bargain hunting right now. Okay, they don't see the value right here anymore with all these other runners going that don't have such high RSIs for a while. Okay, so we would be in the midst right now of a nice reversal in CYBL if this didn't happen. So let's take a look at the hourly and you'll see why that happened. As we were going through and coming up, we were getting these little pullbacks. We hit a high, dropped down here. We should have continued this low. You can see it's literally a U-turn. Okay, that caused it and came down. All right, we should have fell below here, and we should have had just a little pop and then come back down, and then doing this little sideways down. All right, And then, I mean, seriously, we are talking about end of October, next week or so, we would have got a nice pop. IR deck release during there. That's when it should have been done. Great company should have known this. Oh, now look at this. All right. Look at this. Look at the separation on these gaps and on a downtrend. Okay. This is a little bit closer, but until I see this consolidation, this is going to continue to fall. There's too much of a gap here. As you can see, the support is failing and it will continue to fall. We will continue to fall until we meet support at a level that everybody, that buyers and sellers, where buyers feel that they are ready to buy. Supply and demand issue. The demand's not there. Okay. Supply, people are seeing other runners getting impatient, or they just don't know what a pullback is or how it should have worked, and now they're just getting out of it. Okay. They're either taking their profits or taking their losses. So we're probably going to see twos again. All right. Which isn't a bad thing. Just let it happen already and let's get it over with and get up here. Like I said, it should have right here. Consolidated and then boom. We could have been today through the roof. It's ridiculous. All right. Great stock. I hate seeing these things ruined because people don't know how to do it. All right. So let's get back on to the next one. VNTH. VNTH right here is having a nice run, okay? It's continuing to go up. We see that they are holding the 50 MA on the hourly. Let's check the daily. Okay, the daily is showing a bullish pattern, and I believe it will continue in a bullish pattern. The only thing I am worried about is the RSI. All right, just like all these other ones I keep telling you all about. September 27th, we're at the going to be the 20th tomorrow, okay? Let's see if this holds the 8 MA. Okay, right here, it's been holding it. I think it's time for this to dip a little bit into the get out of the overbought territory. Okay, it's probably a good idea if this thing comes and meets support down at the 7.9 level or at the 7.1 level. Okay, I don't think we'll see 6.6. We could, but I think coming down to this right here at 7.2 would be a great thing for this stock long term. I know nobody wants to hear that, but what if I could told you that one of your favorite stocks you can buy at 7 in the sevens again? Okay, it's an opportunity for not only you, for all investors to make this stock fly up. Okay, that brings this RSI down into the 50s and leaves us for a bounce play here. Just take a couple days and then it'll go. Why waste this? Because you know what's going to happen. All right, let's look at the stock from the hourly perspective. I'm going to get rid of this trend line or support line. Okay, came below, running sideways. That's fine, good, propped up right there, going in, trying to, and then just drops. Okay, what's going to happen in this stock right here is if we do not get a proper pullback here, what's going to happen is the same with PUGE. Okay, it's going to go up. You're going to hit that 140 level. RSI is going to kick out, and we're going to dump for a bigger loss, percentage-wise. Okay, right now we are sitting at a 22.5% pull. Okay, we're looking more at like a 40 to 50 if we don't get an RSI pull. FYI, keep that in mind. See if it holds. I'll buy more when it cools. When it cools. I don't care if I have to pay a little bit more. All right. This is dangerous right now because you don't know your risk right here. It's going to be a great runner. Give it time. Like any stock, give it time. Let this thing build properly, and you will be rewarded handsomely. NBRI. Okay. As I discussed last time, it broke its trend. Okay. What we were playing, all right, was the breakout pattern above this trend line. This trend line, instead of going above, it broke. Okay. It broke below right here. and now it's just in free fall mode. Look at the separation gaps. Okay, I exited as I said I would. All right, and made sure to get out of here because we don't know when the free fall will stop. All right, I cannot tell you. It's all supply and demand. I can't tell you, how far a stock's going down. All right, I could tell you based on resistance and support levels if a stock will go up to here, all right, or go down to here. Okay, that's all we can do. All right, as you use charts, you use it, you see if it goes to that support line, if it bounces off there and holds and consolidates or jumps up, that's bullish. If it at all breaks that line and holds below it, bearish. And we go to the following one. And if it does the same thing, we go to the next one. That's how it works in charts, okay? I can't tell you until it actually is going on. And then we can assess, all right? So right now, we're looking at is bouncing off the 2 level right here, okay? It looks like 2, 1. All right, it's bouncing off 2, 1, okay? So you want to continue it to bounce. Based on what I see here, it's going to continue to drop below the 2s and into the teens, all right? So that is NBRI in a nutshell. I do not know how far it will continue to tread down. I don't know if it will bounce back up. I don't know any of these things. It's based on supply and demand, which is usually a stock has something that people want. All right. And until they offer that with some news or a catalyst, all right, we were playing, all right, the momentum play and trying to break the breakout. If it follows that, we break our losses. All right. That's what you do on these breakout plays. Okay. That's what a lot of swing traders are trying to do. All right. So NBRI, done skis. All right. It's off the list. All right. It's got to find consolidation. All right, let's move on. ETEK, all right. ETEK fell all the way down here to 6.4 today. All right, let's look at the daily. All right, so as we're looking at it, it's got a bullish pattern. Okay, going down, bounced off 6.4 here. I believe it continues to go until it finds the 8 MA. All right, it's still going to be waiting for pink. So it's not going to happen this week. I don't think it happens next week. It's going to go and it's going to come back and it's going to either touch this level or it's going to touch this level. Remember, these will continue to move, all right, as it goes. So look for this, and as I've said, 6s probably. I'm thinking 5s are your best bet right now, okay, until it comes pink. Told you 70s and 80s were dumb. All right, just a little irritated today. Sorry, everybody, taking it out. It's just, oh man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's just one of those days. One of those days. All right. UATG. Here's a bright spot in the day. Let's go to the daily. All right. So daily is what we are staring at this thing. Man, look down at the MACD over here. This thing just curled positive. We're making some headways in here. These low 3s aren't going to last. But as we always know, the closer these two get together, you'll get a little bit of a pullback before you get a jump. These are buy levels in my opinion. High 2s, low 3s. So I am loading for this play as this is what we call a bottom reversal play. Okay, so this stock had previous highs. Okay, this stock fell normally like it should and is taken down, found its bottom. Okay, so it found its bottom at 1.6 from a previous high of 5.88. Yes, that is normal. Okay, and that is okay. Remember, this is a low float stock. It has less volume, okay? And then as we can see right here, it is consolidating and moving sideways within here, okay? And it's staying inside of this bullish pennant. With patent news out and with things coming by the day on their Twitter, this thing will bust out positively out of this pennant, in my opinion. This will be a new all-time high runner above 5 cents. All right. Keep an eye out for UATG as it is already made, excuse me, new lower highs, higher lows. Okay. So instead of down here, we're up to here now. All right. And we're continue to go to new all-time highs. Bullish. All right. JPEX. Great news came out. I have a conference call. They are going to be doing that merger. I believe it is a cybersecurity company. Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure. We are still in consolidation mode. Okay. Still following the trend. All right. If we follow the trend, all right, it is going upwards. All right. It's going in the positive direction. So as these days continue, all right, that 3-2 level looks pretty solid for accumulation zone as we go. Any news of pink sends us to all-time highs. All right, it will continue to do this until pink, and then adios amigos. This thing will be creating new all-time highs towards, as some very intelligent traders have told me, 10 plus, and I believe it because the float is low, which will do it, okay, with a nice catalyst. So super bullish on UATG and JPEX. JPEX is pending their pink status. All right, so these are just loads and weights. TGGI, TGGI. This stock every day. All right. Notice that it broke the trend line, gobbled up, and finished at the trend line. It's just staying with the trend, everybody. I mean, that's all it's doing. Just continuing along. All right, 1.8, 110 close. People are holding it up, just waiting. That's all it is. So, you don't want it to break that trend line, and they know it. So they've got support, and that's what they're doing as it goes. Pretty boring until you guys get what you're looking for with some news and catalysts. All right, toner. Woo woo! Money, money, money. Bullish breakout above the pennant, creating a new high for here. And then going to create new higher lows as it moves up. Very nicely done as such. Let's see if it looks like 143 is your new resistance level right here. So let's keep an eye on that. If it's just, notice how it's, this is hourly, by the way. So notice how it's not going above that. Let's look at the RSI too. It should be pretty cool because you guys were just consolidating. Oh, no, it's a lot higher than I thought. Okay. So, all right, let's look at your time frame here. 15th of September. I can already tell you that's a long time. Hopefully you guys get a little bit higher because it's going to come back. All right, going to come back soon. Oops, wrong button. Your RSI has been chilling up there for a long time. So let's see if it breaks that level. If not, it's going to come back down. Broke out of that pennant, maybe start a new one. You guys need your pink. We all know that. All right, let's move on. That's a double up, so we'll close that. PJET, I found that the buy zone was, as you can see, it has stuck with the 8 for a while. It had that dip. If you ever see these dips below the 8 MA and it's bouncing off the trend, that trend is the buy. If it's coming bullish, these are daily candles. It's just sticking with there, so it's going to come down to that 2-3 level, it looks like. Touch the 8, kind of hug it around there, maybe 2-4s it looks like it did. So maybe one more day of red before uptrend. So this one's going to continue to churn, churn, churn. The money maker right there, low floater. AHFD. All right, so told y'all this thing's gonna pull back. I'm pretty sure I told you yesterday. I said I could go the other way, but I expect it to go elsewhere because I'm saying it could come all the way back. It's gonna touch this down at the low 4s here. It's just too hot. You can't run 96%. That's just dumb. All right. So look, we're chilling over here since October 1st. All right, we're sitting at 20 days, 19 days. I finally got back in, touched it a little bit. I expect this to still cool. Um, Let's find out if it finds its support. Let's look at the gappage on the indicators here. Let's go back one more, see what we can find here. Starting to consolidate on the 30. That's very interesting. And then look at the MACD as it's starting to come in. So maybe we're finding some support at that 4-5 level. Still need to wait to confirm. I like hourly more so. But as you can see on this MAC, it's starting to narrow down, so we want to see these get together closer. I can definitely see this going towards the lower side of 4s right here and consolidating and then bouncing. Okay, so don't worry, you need a cool down, man. Wowzers, 96 is just ridiculous. I love how some people put on, oh, it's coming back because of this, and give an explanation, and they go, oh man, you're high, dude. Yeah, you want those levels. Well, duh, I want those levels. Everybody wants those levels, but it just says it right there. And everybody else sees it except for people that don't know how to read it. So that's why it's important to understand charts, and that's why I learned. All right, RGBP sent out a tweet about this. Buy. This is my buy. I'm going to buy some of this tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right. This is the hourly. Look how close we are to a bullish breakout. I bet you we get a candle up here soon. I don't want to buy up here. All right, I want to buy right here. It's been sitting here for so long. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this consolidation. Look, it's starting to turn a little green. I bet you it just kind of runs sideways like this a little bit more though, because if we look at the daily over here, it's just starting to curl. All right, it needed such a big pullback because of this ridiculous run it had over here. All right, look at that large red candle. Oh, disgusting. And then came down. So now we're just waiting for this consolidation period right here. So maybe I won't buy tomorrow. I mean, maybe I will because it's not going below those twos. All right, it's been holding those twos really well. So that'd be a smart buy. So as this consolidates and comes, this is gonna come screaming down. This is gonna start curling up, and this is the daily, so it takes a little longer to do. And then that's when we're starting to move. Once this goes, this will start moving up this way. So you'll start seeing it creep back up mid twos and everything of that nature, and it'll start coming up. All right. So I know it felt like forever RGB peak because it has. I mean, this was the end of August. All right. And I got made fun of. All right. Because I said they're going to sell the news. Duh. Look at the RSI. All right. Phew. And we are, how long were they in the hot zone? August 19th to the 23rd, took a breather. August 25th, wow, a 2-day breather. Then trading, yeah, it was started 23rd, so you took the 24th off. 1 day, and then so I'm not even going to count that. Let's do 1927. All right, and that was before we got into this hot streak too. So, yeah, I mean, look, I mean, that was just a no-brainer. It's gonna go down. This was at 90, almost 90%. Okay, so 89%, and then flew back down. So that's how long it takes to cool a stock down, FYI, for these CYBL runners and things of this nature. It takes a long time for it to come back down. Okay, what I see more from CYBL is this. Okay, and either probably not there, but probably here. This is where I see you all establishing that 10 by the end of the year. Okay, that's what I see. I don't see this per se. All right, what I see is this. All right, and then I see phew, this would have happened naturally. Okay, this would have been fine, and then phew. So let's go to the daily because the daily is easier to look at because it's thicker. All right, so we would have had this. This is what's incoming for you all. All right, and then notice the trend how it goes down. All right, so I see this happening. Okay, and then we'll get some consolidation, and then it'll bump up once we find our support. They found their support level. Okay. Once you find the support, that is where I feel comfortable buying before the cross coming in because and holding for that uptrend for the next run. Okay. So look right here, coming down. They have yet to find support because it's still going sideways and downwards. Jump. Oh, fake out. Downwards, downwards. Jump. Downwards, downwards, downwards. And it kind of consolidates here and then it booms up. All right. So this is going to be a more legit run for you all. RGBP is definitely going to be a nice run here. Probably next week, week after. November. Let's just say November 1st. It looks nice. KYNC, most frustrating stock ever. Broke the bottom trend line. Not feeling very bullish about this. Let's see if it holds that level. We definitely don't want it to go below the ones because that would be nasty. I really just I don't know what to say for the stock. It's just so frustrating, and I understand the frustration from all of the shareholders that are involved in the stock as well. I mean, yeah, it broke below it. Well, you know, it's not going to be. It's going to continue to go down. I feel. I can not in my right mind say that this is a buy until there is some type of confirmation giving it in an uptrend. It just looks nasty. Oh, it's just going. It's frustrating. I feel bad. So KYNC broke the trend line. NBRI understands that now. All right. BYOC, this one's getting pumped like no one's business. Got a little bit of a pullback. I feel like this is just a pump. All right, daily. Hit it hot yesterday. It's getting a cool down. The long-term indicators are running parallel, so long-term is not bullish at all. It's having a small breakout confirmation right here. It could continue in an uptrend. Obviously, it's cooling down. We're talking about it ran to from what was the bottom of 2 days, 10 all the way up to 23. Okay, bounced down to 14. Is that what 15? I think. Sorry, 15. All right. These are very dangerous plays. Play with caution. That's all I have to say about these. Downward trend coming in, going to continue to fall unless it gets propped up right here. It's propped up right there. Somebody's got a lot of shares and they want this thing to be juiced. Yeah, this is scary looking. I do not own any of this. All right, last one, CFGX. Sorry if I couldn't get some of yours in there. We're running at 50 minutes. So I try to cut it by then. We have our bullish pattern continuing on the daily. Looks beautiful, staying up in that trend, holding the 8MA beautifully on close at 29. You could have caught it down at 25. Called it yesterday. Mid to low twos. All right, so if it hits it, you're not slapping it. All you're doing is accumulating in these zones, okay, as they go. And then look at these wicks, the bottom wicks, okay? Those are your deals right there. Those are the deals you're looking for on these type of plays, all right? You're not looking for this, okay? You're not looking for this. You're looking for these guys. And these are the guys you accumulate when you can. And as it continues to go up, you can continue to buy those bottom wicks. And as it continues to go, we just want it to follow it until it has bearish trend. Once it has that bearish trend, take your profits. All right, this could be the next runner. They're still waiting on pink. All right, who knows? I don't know, but this is definitely a solid chart by daily standards and by, I mean, the hourly. Look at it. It's just these ones you got to go by the hourly. I mean, they just the swings are so volatile. I mean, you're going from 26 all the way down to 15 and then back up to 25. And it's volatile. Okay. But what you need are trend lines for this reason so that you're following it. If it breaks this trend line, bearish. If it goes above this, bullish. If it continues in the trend, it's people are accumulating as it goes up. Okay. So that's all you're doing. You're trying to get these bottoms right here as they go. All right. This is a great accumulation stock. I do own some of this. I will continue to try and buy mid to low twos while I can because the threes are incoming, and then I will start buying high twos once that's confirmed, and then low threes, and then I'll wait for a signal. If it shows go, we'll continue to go. If it shows sell, then I sell. Okay, I mean, these low ones, take your ride freebies. You're not worried about that. If it's going to be the next one, you're buying these shares for nothing and you're riding freebies, you can be walking away with, tens or hundreds or millions of shares for free because you bought here, right, and sold here a portion of it and you just kept the rest and see where it goes for free. Or take the profit, all right? That's all you're doing. These are lotto plays. All right, everybody, that is the end of bearish or bullish for the day. I hope this one really got to you. I hope this one really made you understand why these pullbacks are so important and why it is so necessary for them, okay? And that these prop ups they're hurting the long-term potential of these stocks and that we need to have them because the sooner they happen, the sooner that we can get a real runner in the OTC. Okay, and that's what we need right now. We need some real strong runners, not these ones that are just propping up people taking their profits and dumping them and going. All right, we want these things to roll and run. All right, that's enough for me. Everybody have a great night, and I will catch you all tomorrow on Twitter. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.